Hi everyone, welcome back to Shrimp Mania. Today I'm gonna do another shrimp room tour. Plus I have a mission today. I would like to create a new aquarium for blue ball shrimp. And many of you noticed that I like to mix my shrimps, and often when you mix Taiwan bees and Pinto shrimp together you can get some blue balls as a byproduct. So I have plenty blue balls in my tanks. So today we're gonna look inside all my tanks. At the same time I'm gonna give you an update on my ongoing projects. So without further ado, let's get into it. And we're gonna start our tour with my shrimp rack. And the tank at the bottom is the tank where I'm planning to put my blue ball shrimps. This tank just been cycled and is run on underground filter box as all my tanks. I'm also planning to add sponge filter to this tank in the near future. And here's my next tank on the left, and this is my cull tank. Hopefully this is the last video you're gonna see this tank, because I'm planning to close this tank and replace with brand new tank. And I moved these shrimps to my other tank, which I'm gonna show you later. I have lots of blue balls males here in this tank, and some of them look very good, very intense blue colors. So I'm gonna separate the most intense colored blue balls males from this tank and move them to our new tank. Here's my next tank, and I featured this tank in my last video. If you saw that, you already know that I just bought black galaxy tigers and the shrimps doing great. I'm super happy about them. The tank is only 1 month old and the shrimps already start to breed. I have 2 buried females here in this tank. Super happy about this, excited to see new babies, beautiful shrimps, and they definitely worth the money I paid for them. Here is my next tank on the right, and it's also a new tank. It's only 3 weeks old. And in this tank I'm mixing my Pinto shrimps with Mischlings. So basically here I continue my project when I mix simple Caridina crystal shrimp with Pinto shrimp, and now I crossbreeding F1 Mischlings back with Pinto shrimps. I'm very excited to see how the baby gonna look like, and I'm definitely gonna share this result with you once we have a babies here. And here's my next tank with the red galaxy Pinto shrimp. If you saw my previous videos, you're probably familiar with this tank because I already featured this tank on my channel. Very happy with this tank, tons of babies, lots of buried shrimps, and you can see I have some black Pinto shrimps here as well. They came from red steel females. Originally they mixed with the black galaxies, and then I put them in this tank already buried. Now they hatched the eggs and they already started to get buried again. They definitely boost this colony. I also added a sponge filter to this tank to help with filtration and to polish the water, because the underground filter box, they has a little issue, sometimes they can cloud your water. I should have a few blue ball shrimps here in this tank as well, so we're definitely going to separate them from this tank. And now we're going to move to the tank on the right, and this is my black Pinto shrimp tank. This tank is also about 3 months old, and the shrimps start breeding. I have about 3 buried females here. And now we're moving to the very top of the rack. And here at the right hand side I have a new tank which just been cycled, and this tank is going to be my new cull tank. So my old cull tank at the bottom going to be replaced with a new tank, and all the culls going to move to this tank. And now we're moving to the last tank on this rack, and this is my only Neo Caridina tank. If you saw my previous videos, you should remember that recently I moved around 20 orange eye blue tiger shrimps in this tank, and I'm afraid they all died. So guys, I want to be completely honest with you and tell you the truth. So I'm not perfect and I do mistakes as well. I want to talk about the problems in this tank quickly with you. So as you can see, this is a quite heavily planted tank, and what's happened when the shrimps start dying, I never seen the dead shrimps. So take a look at this tank. What's the chance you find the dead shrimps here? Is very little, right? And if you look at my tanks, you can see that it's very easy to find dead shrimps. It's no problem. Every morning when I come to my shrimp room, when I switch on the light, I look for dead shrimps, and if there is a dead shrimps, I definitely take them out. There is a high chance I find them because there is not much place to hide in my tanks. When your shrimp died and you left the body inside the tank, so it starts to decompose, pollute the water, then another shrimp die, and then it's more pollution, so it can cause a chain reaction. I had a comment from somebody. He commented that my tanks look boring, and I totally understand. There is not much stuff inside my tanks, and I concentrate mostly on the shrimp well-being. And in the planted tanks, your shrimp's going to be hiding quite a lot, and you're not going to be able to see your shrimps very often. It's not ideal for me because I prefer to see my shrimps, not my plants. And if something bad happened, like in my case with orange eye blue tiger, and your shrimps start dying, you might not be able to react quick enough to save your shrimps, and that might cost you losing your shrimp. So I believe that if your goal is to breed your shrimp as maximum as possible, it's better not to mix shrimp keeping and aquascaping. I remember when I started this hobby many years ago, I put lots of stuff in my tanks, and my tanks were very busy. I didn't get much success with my shrimps until I started keep my tanks simple. And if you look at the big breeder setup, you will see that they don't have many plants and they don't have many stuff inside the tanks. Don't get me wrong, I know that the plants suck up your nitrates, but too much plants will create some issues. And I believe that it's better to keep it simple. And this aquarium has another big issue. Have a quick look at this sand at the bottom of this tank. This tank is 2 years old and there is a lot of waste built up here. The substrate become very toxic and can be one of the reasons why shrimp start dying. And it's a very common issue in all tanks. And that's the main reason why I keep just a little amount of soil in all my tanks to avoid this issue. So my plan is to sell all the new Caridina shrimps from this tank and then replace it with a brand new tank for Caridina shrimp. And here I have my smallest tank where I keep my Mischlings, which look like a normal crystal black shrimp. Can you believe that most of the shrimps came from one single crystal black female? This is amazing. They already start to breed here. And now we're gonna move to another side of the shrimp room where I have few tanks on top of the cabinet. And we start with this tank first, which is 90-liter volume. I just did a haircut to this tank and I removed a lot of moss. I only left a little bit of flame moss and some of the Fezzidense moss on top of the coconut shell and koala wood. This is supposed to be black Pinto Galaxy shrimp tank, but since I introduced some blue steel and red steel females here, by mistake I also introduced some blue balls as well. They start to make me a lot of different type of babies. Take a look at those babies here in this tank. There's so many of them. Lots of blue balls babies here as well. They very like to hang on the glass and eat that tasty algae. So you can see this glass is a little bit patchy, so they eat most of the algae from it, and I'm a little bit worried that they eat algae a little bit faster than it grows. It's a good idea to reduce the population of this tank, because once this baby will grow up, it's going to be definitely overpopulated slightly, and very excited to see how many blue balls we're going to get from this tank. Okay, now let's move to the next tank. It's the same size tank as my previous tank with the same filtration, 2 underground filter boxes either side and 1 sponge filter in the middle. This is my mixed tank where I try to keep very interesting males with the good patterns and all kind of females. And I also want to separate some of the blue shadow pandas and few blue balls from here. So I don't want to leave any blue balls in my other tanks except of my blue ball tank. And here's my next tank. It's 40 centimeter cube, which approximately 50-liter volume, I guess. It has the same filtration, Asian style underground filter box with sponge filter. And in this tank I keep my mixed shrimps again, the same as my previous tank. Basically the first time in my life I have more shrimp tanks than I needed. So that's why I'm thinking to keep few shrimps here just to make some biolot and keep it running, and then in the future I might use it for crossbreeding project, or I might buy a new shrimps for this. In this tank we still have few blue balls, even I don't have any blue steels and blue balls in this tank. I still got some blue balls from crossing shrimps with each other, so I'm gonna remove all of them from this tank as well. And now we're moving to my last tank. It's quite small tank, which is approximately 35 liter, about 10-gallon tank. In this tank I'm trying to improve quality of my black Pinto Galaxy shrimps. The main goal for me is to get the shrimp with the good spots on the head and with intense legs coloration as well, also known as a spider legs. So I'm trying to create the shrimp with the good spider legs, with the good spots on the head, and I'm still working on the fishbone pattern at the back, because most of the shrimp has a good leg, nice patterns on the head, but they don't have fishbone. So this is going to be my future goal. Here I have few blue ball shrimps, as you can see, and I'm gonna take them out from this tank as well. Now let's get all the blue balls out of the tanks and see how many I can get.
After day
Here you go guys, I took most of the blue balls from all my tanks and we have now 93 lovely blue balls here. Unbelievable, so many blue balls. In one box I have 6 male shrimps from my cull tank. They all looking nice, very intense color. And in another box I have mix of babies and buried shrimps. I have 6 buried blue ball shrimps. They are originally crossed with Pinto shrimps, so I hope they're gonna give us more blue balls, or if they give us something else, I don't mind. And now I'm gonna drip acclimate them and release them in new tank. Some of you might say that these blue ball shrimps are not pure line because they came from the mix. I'm aware of that and it doesn't bother me at all. If they throw out a few Pinto or Panda shrimps, for example, I wouldn't be complaining about this. I have tons of fun mixing my shrimps. It's very exciting and full of surprises. You never know what you get, and sometimes you can get shrimps with very interesting patterns from your mix. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.